Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Friday night. We got the week made. We do. We are in, I think we're in uncharted waters. This could be, I think it is, a huge deal, a really big deal of what's going on down there in Texas for the last day or two. I want to hear from you guys, especially y'all that live in Texas, especially if you live near the border. I want to sound off because I want to know what y'all think about what is going on down there at that border. All right, the new development that has taken place in the last 24 to 48 hours. Uncharted waters, I believe. Could be the start of something. I don't know. I'm going to go more into it. All right, I'm going to talk about preparation just for a moment. Also, have a very good passage that I'm going to share that is very encouraging, so please stay tuned for that. But like I said, we talk about preparation. And one of the reasons I started this channel is to talk about preparing for the more likely events, your natural disasters, your personal SHTFs. A lot of channels, a lot of people talk about the things like the zombie apocalypse or an EMP that wipes out 90% of the people or whatever. Those are possible, but not as likely. Okay. A collapse most likely takes place over time. Okay. We are probably in one now, but it takes time. But I think it's very important to be thinking of short-term SHTFs, your things like that, weather events like what we're going through now. I mean, much of the country is seeing zero, sub-zero temperatures right now. I mean, here we're in Georgia, North Georgia. It's not so bad. We can handle it. Now I see some temperatures coming up in the next couple of days. I'm gonna have to let the faucets drip and keep the cabinet doors open because we don't want the pipes to freeze because we're not built for that here, right? So be thinking about that. And I know a lot of you folks, if you live in the Midwest or up north, you're probably pretty prepared. However, even in the states that are fairly warm, even in the southeast, southwest, be prepared in winter like this because the cold can come on so fast. Also your automobile, make sure it's ready for these cold temperatures, 0 to sub-zero, your tires. Think about other things like, what about alternative fuel, your propane, Mr. Buddy heaters? How are you going to cook? If you lose power for a few days, a week, which could be happening, how are you going to keep clean? How are you going to cook? Think about water filtration, the basics, first aid, food, how you're going to prepare it. So the basic things, really think about that and take stock of what you have and just keep that in mind. Okay. Keep that in mind. I know pipes freezing is can be a big deal here in the South. I know depending on where you live, the homes are probably built more to prevent that. But anyway, just wanted to mention that because we're going through a huge weather, big storms right now, all over the place, all over the country. It looks like. So anyway, all right. Uncharted waters is what I thinking we're in. I think we've probably been in uncharted waters for the last few years, of course, but this really caught my eye. Late last night, I saw the story, and I just haven't had a chance to report on it and do a video. Worked all today, so you might have already heard about this, but basically, Texas troops, the Texas military, National Guard, I guess you could call it, has seized part of the border area down there. Now, I'm talking about Shelby Park at Eagle Pass, and this has been a major staging point for a lot of the illegal immigrants to be surging through for a while now. Okay, and so they basically seized this park and they're blocking the border patrol from being able to get through there. So, yeah, this is a significant escalation of tensions with the federal government, no doubt about it. So basically, the Texas National Guard, they took control of this park that's near the border. Like I said, they're blocking the border patrol from entering it. They set up razor wire and fencing, and they're not letting them in. So like I said, this has been the staging point for a lot of these surges coming through of folks from the south of the border. Texas is, you know, now I hear people talking about, say different things about the Texas governor, but whoever did this, and I guess the governor did, but somebody's trying to do something at least. I mean, and some people may say, well, dog, it's really not going to make a big dent in things. I mean, they're still going to surge through in other places, or they'll still eventually get through, blah, blah, blah. I get it. It's a step. It's something. Somebody's taking action. Okay. Somebody's trying to do something. You know, it's a start. Could it be a flashpoint? It could be. It could be. There's going to be a reaction to this, the federal level. Are we seeing the beginnings of? I'm trying to choose my words carefully. Are we seeing the beginnings of a federal system, a federal government that is just unraveling at the seams? So overextended in a lot of places, and they're just not very effective. They've got these agencies that impose their will on the people. What I'm talking about, the three-letter agencies. But you got the Texas military department here that's doing something. So we have an issue. We have conflicting forces. We have state versus federal. It's not the first time it's happened. It's been a while. Been some years. First Civil War. Hello. Well, we have a situation. The Texas military department said that our current posture is to prepare for future illegal immigration surges and to restrict access to organizations that perpetuate illegal immigrant crossings in the park, specifically in the park at Eagle Pass. Yes, that's what they're doing. Will they eventually get through and all this? And I don't know. Probably. They're not at the moment, though. I don't think they are. The Texas military department is not letting that happen. I don't know if I've heard it put that way, the Texas military department. I've heard of National Guard. Texas is its own little beast. And those of you close to the situation down in there, sound off if you're hearing other things, if you know somebody involved, your sources, share with us in the comments. I'm very curious. This is a big deal. It sounds like it could be huge. It's not really being talked about a whole lot. What's going to come of it, we don't really know. It's very interesting to me. This is super interesting. When things like this happen, we'll have to see how it unravels. But I believe, speaking of unraveling, I believe that we're looking at a federal government that I believe is falling apart. Now, is it going to fall apart tomorrow and not be around? No. This could take time. Probably will. Could it lead to worse things? It could, at least temporarily. Could it lead to better things? Yeah, maybe, depending on how it goes. Leadership. We so need leadership, don't we? Texas troops seized part of the border. Share your thoughts on that. All right, I'm going to go to the passage because it is really a good one. It is encouraging, and we need encouragement, y'all. We really do. All right, it is from Isaiah, and I've probably read this one before, but it's the verse of the day on the Bible app, and it's one of my favorite. I'm going to say it again. You've probably heard me say it before. I'm going to say it again, though. It's from Isaiah 41, chapter 41, verse 10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Amen. Amen. Say that out loud, and it gives you encouragement. I promise it does. Because God, He will never forsake us. He will never leave us. Full of grace, full of love for us. And whatever you're going through, whether it's financial, whatever it is, family, job loss, health. I'm hearing from y'all. There's so much health issues out there. I was reading through the comments, and it's like alarming. It's like red alert alarming about how many people have these cancers. That's awful. It's terrible. Young people, their 40s, 50s, or even younger, where it just pounced on them and it's taking them out quick. Almost everybody knows somebody that's dealing with this, or some of you are too. So whatever you're going through, He is with you. He's with you. Pray, reach out. I promise He's there. He will always be with us. He will be with us through it. He may not take it away, or He may. All you can do is pray. It will be answered. We don't know, the timing, but He is with you. I promise that. Keep that in mind. I hope that's encouraging. Share your thoughts. Continue to share your prayer requests out there. There's a lot of folks going through a lot of things right now, and also be thankful for what we do have. Okay. All right. Let's be careful. We're going into a weekend. Let's be safe out there. God bless you, and I will see you soon.